Chapter 10. Dink had eaten too fast. Now his stomach felt like he'd swallowed marbles. Well, what if Mademoiselle Mose is there? He asked. What if I was all wrong and she's going to sue me or something? Let's just go and find out, Josh said. And if you go to jail for breaking and entering her trunk, I'll bring you a lobster claw. Dink, Josh, and Ruth Rose walked toward the lodge. The first thing they saw was a police cruiser parked in front of the porch. They must be here to arrest Mademoiselle Mose, Ruth Rose whispered. Or Dink, Josh teased. Dink found that his mouth was too dry to say anything back to Josh. The front door of the lodge opened. Two police officers escorted Mademoiselle Mose out of the building and down onto the driveway. Her hands were handcuffed in front of her. With Mademoiselle Mose in the back seat of the cruiser, the officers drove away. Detective Rob held the door open for the kids. Come on in, he said. The Jarbys are waiting for you. He led them into the great room. Michael and Bessie Jarby were sitting on one of the sofas. Sitting between them and holding Bessie's hand was Buzzy Steele. Well, hello, Michael Jarby said when he saw the kids enter. Please sit. Mario is going to bring us all some lemonade. So here are the Jarbys sitting with Buzzy. They're the kids. They're all going to have a talk. The kids sat on another sofa facing the Jarbys and Buzzy. Buzzy looked at Dink, Josh, and Ruth Rose. He winked. First, I want to thank you three for exposing Mademoiselle Mose for the thief she is, Michael Jarby said. When we decided to open this little camp, we had no idea any real detective work would be necessary. Mademoiselle Mose admitted to everything, Detective Rob told the kids. If you three hadn't figured out what she was up to, she'd have walked out of here with several extremely valuable paintings. Bessie Jarby turned to Buzzy. Dear, why don't you tell the children the rest of the story? Buzzy blushed. Okay, Grandma, he said. You're the Jarby's grandson? Josh blurted out. Yep, I sure am, Buzzy said. I didn't say anything because I wanted all the kids to treat me the same as Luke and Angie. Anyway, this is what happened. When Mademoiselle Mose came, by the way, her real name is Maud Mern, the Detective Rob said. She wasn't from France at all, but she's wanted in 5 states out west. In Arizona, she's known as Maud the Fraud. She left here in a hurry and changed her name when she got here. When she got here to clean the paintings, my grandparents told her about detective camp and all the kids we were expecting, Bess said. I guess she figured with a detective and a bunch of kids snooping around, her scam might be discovered. So she made a plan. Right, Detective Rob? He nodded. She decided to add some confusion so no one would pay her any attention, Detective Rob said. She took a few pieces of the Jarbys' silver and hid them under mattresses in the kids' cabins. Then she went to the Jarbys and told them she'd seen a kid running out of the great room. The Jarbys warned Buzzy about it. My grandparents asked me to search the cabins, Buzzy continued. I did and found the silver animals. I put them in my trunk for safekeeping. He blushed again. I admit, I thought some of the kids had stolen the silver. Then Maud pretended her ring had been stolen and hid it under a mattress, Detective Rob went on. She planned to demand a search. She figured the stolen stuff would be found, kids would be accused, and the Jarbys would send you all home. Then she continued with her scam. She could continue with her scam, but Ruth Rose found the ring before Maud could get a search going. So her plan to shut down the camp backfired, Michael Darby said. Thank goodness you clever kids discovered her trunk's secret hiding place. Turns out her father was a magician, and that was his trunk, Detective Rob said. He used to hide things inside that hollow door. Bessie Jarby sighed. Oh, so sad. The woman was a talented painter and restorer, but she threw it all away because she was greedy. What will happen to her? Ruth Rose asked. She'll go back to Arizona for trial, Detective Rob said, thanks to you three awesome detectives. At 5 o'clock, everyone feasted on lobster, corn on the cob, salad, and ice cream. The Jarbys came to the lake and sat in lawn chairs out of the sun. At 6 o'clock, Buzzy supervised swimming and diving off the dock. Some kids went canoeing with Angie and Luke. Dink, Josh and Ruth Rose were standing up to their shoulders in the clear, still warm lake water. I wonder if that monster really is hibernating in this lake, Josh said, peering down into the water. Maybe you're standing on him, Dink said. Better watch out, Josh. I'm not afraid of an old monster. Suddenly, Josh's eyes opened wide. His tongue drooped out of his mouth. He fell over and he disappeared under the water. Josh the joker, Dink said. I wonder how long he'll stay under, Ruth Rose said, looking into the water where Josh had been standing. Just then she let out a yell and jumped into the air. Something pinched me, she said. It felt like a. Josh's laughing face broke the surface. He was holding a red lobster claw, making the two pinchers open and close. You see? Right there? That's for scaring me last night, Ruth Rose, he said. Now we're even. You're so immature, Ruth Rose said. Then she jumped on Josh and dunked him under the water. The end.